General Studies, GS. Paper 1 for the IAS Main Exam 2026 covers Indian heritage and culture, history and geography of the world and society. Given the current socio-political and environmental trends leading into 2026, here are the expected themes and specific practice questions categorized by subject. 1. Indian heritage and culture. Questions in this section often link historical architecture or art forms to their political or economic context. Temple architecture. With the recent focus on heritage corridors, examine how temple architecture historically served as an expression of political legitimacy and economic prosperity. Intangible heritage. Discuss the role of oral traditions and indigenous knowledge systems in maintaining cultural continuity in a rapidly globalizing India. Bhakti and Sufi movements. Analyze the socio-political impact of these movements on the communal harmony and vernacular literature of medieval India. 2. Modern Indian history and world history. UPSC is shifting toward analytical questions rather than simple "what happened" queries. The Swadeshi movement. Critically examine the Swadeshi movement as a turning point that transformed the Indian struggle for independence from an elite-led protest to a mass-based movement. Moderates versus extremists. The ideological differences between moderates and extremists were not merely tactical, but reflected contrasting visions of nationalism. Discuss imperialism. Analyze how 19th century imperialism reshaped global trade networks and reinforced structural inequalities between the global North and South. Post-independence consolidation. Evaluate the role of linguistic reorganization in strengthening the democratic fabric of India post-1947. 3. Geography. Geography questions are increasingly focusing on human-environment interaction and resource stress. Groundwater crisis. India's groundwater crisis is an artificially engineered disaster driven by skewed agricultural policies rather than rainfall deficits. Discuss climate change and food security. Assess the consequences of shifting monsoon patterns on the food security of tropical countries like India. Geomorphology. Landforms are the result of a dynamic balance between endogenic and exogenic forces. Elaborate with examples of the Himalayan or Deccan regions. Urbanization. Discuss how rapid urbanization is reshaping geographical landscapes and impacting environmental sustainability in Tier 2 Indian cities. 4. Indian society. This section is highly dynamic and relies heavily on current social trends. Women's empowerment. Political representation of women does not automatically translate into substantive empowerment. Critically examine this in light of the Women's Reservation Bill. Digital divide. Analyze how the expansion of digital communication is